Well, it's a big day here at Bay One Customs because we finally got the Woody all sealed up and mounted, somewhat mounted onto our Explorer running gear. And I've been so excited to get this in this place and show it to you. But before that, I got it in the back, and I'll show you in a minute. I want to take you in here and show you how the Jaguar's come along. We've been building this Jaguar for a while, and it's coming along real smooth. I don't show it much, so I want you to see what this Jaguar's looking like. 1965 E-Type Roadster. It's got a 4.2 dual overhead camshaft, 4-speed, 4-wheel independent suspension, 4-wheel disc brakes. Just an outstanding machine they made in 1965. Now, when we got this thing, it was in a million pieces. It had been taken apart years and years ago and then sold to another person and just transported in buckets. So it was just in a million pieces. I just finished up all the back end and got all the lights and bumper and all that straightened out and got most of the front end. We're doing some wiring on it now. So yeah, in between all this other crazy stuff we're doing, I'll try to work on this at least 1 to 2 to 3 days a week, and it's just a beautiful car right here. So enough being said about that. Check out the back end right quick. You can see how nice all that had to be completely restored. A lot of work going on there. But in the back here is the Woody. And let's go back here and take a look at this thing. Now you can see I got a bunch of the Woody parts everywhere. Just been working on pickling and priming and putting it in epoxy. And here she is. Now we got it just set and mocked up here where it's looking like for the wheelbase. So I'm trying to get my distance for the front wheel and the back wheel, and which it was exactly the same as the Woody, so it shouldn't be no problem. I just got to know where that number is and lock it front to rear. Then I've got the front end mocked up here, which I've got it a little bit high due to the frame, but I'm going to take all that down and get that front fender locked on, and then I'm going to start lowering it and getting it down to where it needs to be. Now, I kind of like the tall look. I'd like to get it down a little bit past the tread, and this front will come on down when I start fitting this front end. But I had to show you this. I was so excited to get to this point. You know, we've talked about getting to where we're at, and this thing is fitting so nicely. On the inside of it, the firewall is almost in the exact location of the firewall when it was in the Woody. So that's just going to allow me to put every single piece on here just like it was on that 2008 Explorer, plug it all in and put the battery in it and start this thing up. And we're going to have anti-lock brakes and air conditioning and just all the goodies. Alright, I had to show this thing off one more time. Me and Jess been out here doing a little bit of tweaking and moving some stuff around, and I've got this thing set where it just looks really, really good on the side for the wheel houses. We've got it lowered down to where the engine's fitting real good. So this is probably about where the ride height is in relationship to the motor and the floor. Now we can come back in here and I can do a little suspension work if I need to, but I love the way it looks setting up like this. Imagine though that once we put in all of our interior and all of our seats and all that's going in here, it's going to lower this down to right to cover the top of the tread. So it makes this Woody look like it's full size or something. I absolutely love it. Now let me go over and show you how good this motor fits. Now up front here you can see how nice this engine is fitting in there. It looks nestled in here and just at home. The 4.6, the plenum's just right. It completely fills the engine bay. Our hood shuts with about 1.5 inch clearance all the way around. So I'm really, really stoked at how well this is. I thought I was going to do some modifying on this radiator, but once we got it all in place, I'm not even going to have to change the shroud or anything. Just bolt it all right back in place. Transmission, air conditioning, all that stuff will be factory. And I want to give a big shout out to Zeke Duff. He's been following along my YouTube channel for a long time, and I always enjoy reading your comments. You sound like a fellow gearhead, and I really appreciate your input. So just stay tuned with this build, and we'll build us a Woody.